Are you thinking about buying a boat and you're not too sure if financing is the best option for you? Well, in today's video, we're going to cover that topic. We're going to hit frequently asked questions. We're going to talk about the length of boat loans and a bunch of other things. So stay tuned. Hi, I'm Sean and this is Lens Cove Lessons in Boating. On today's video, we're going to talk all about boat loans and what they are like and how they're structured. Boating is fun, paying for it less so. Most people don't realize what great choices there are for boat loans and why they may want to consider them. The topics we're going to cover on today's video are: how long can a boat loan be? Is a boat loan closed or open? What are boat loan best practices? What are some of the most frequently asked questions about a boat loan? And why are some reasons that you may not want to get a boat loan? So a new boat loan can be amortized, which is the length that the loan payments are spread out over, to a maximum of 20 years. So although you can do much shorter loans, you could have a 5, 7, 10, or 15-year loan. The maximum currently in the province of Ontario is a 20-year loan on a new boat loan. The same length of time applies. The only difference on a used boat loan is that you have to subtract the age. So the maximum number of years is 20 years minus the age of the boat. So in an example, if you were buying a 7-year-old used boat, you would have 20 minus 7 equals 13 years as the maximum amortization period on a used boat loan. One of the great things about a boat loan is that unlike mortgages, it's a completely open loan. After the first 6 months of having that boat loan, you can pay it off in full with absolutely no penalty. If you can't pay it off in full, you can put $100 on it, an extra $1,000 on it. You can pay it off as quickly as you want, or you can just make the monthly payments that you've already agreed to. So it is a great vehicle because sometimes people just use it to bridge for a year or two while they're doing other projects, and some people use the boat loan for the entire length that they own the boat. So these are some boat loan best practices. Avoid taking a loan out for an amount that is already greater than the current value of the boat. Try putting the taxes down in cash or use a trade. And avoid adding too many extras like multiple year servicing contracts into the loan. The other thing I would suggest, look at life insurance and long-term disability options as great peace of mind if you're going to keep the loan for the majority of the amortization period. However, if you do decide to keep the loan for only a short period of time, you might want to skip that expense. Lastly, put additional money down when you can to reduce the long-term interest costs and to keep your loan to boat value in check. A lot of people ask us about using their line of credit instead of a boat loan, and it can be a very good option for you. Just remember there are a couple of caveats. One, your payments are going to be interest only, so you're never really paying down the principal of the boat unless you make that decision. There's no forced payment of down. Secondly, you're not going to be able to have that interest or that borrowing capability for other projects around your home or cottage. So it just reduces your flexibility. If there's any question that you may not want the boat or that you're not sure if it's the right boat for you, wait until you have done your lake test and you're completely satisfied before you sign the loan documents. If, however, it's your second or third boat and you're ordering something custom, you might as well sign right away and start paying for it to get that principal amount down. You're going to pay for it eventually anyway, so the sooner you start paying for it, the sooner you own it. The terms and rates are all subject to your financial snapshot. So depending on how long you want to borrow the money for, the value of the boat, how much money you're putting down, and your qualifications on the loan, your financial position, that's going to affect your rate and how long you can borrow. Applying for a loan can be really simple. 5 minutes on the phone and you're done. If your credit history is good, it'll be a matter of just answering some questions. Of course, it could get a little more complicated, but mostly it is a 5-minute phone call. Boat loans are done through a broker with many financial institutions. In the province of Ontario, it could be the Royal Bank, the Bank of Montreal, Scotiabank, TD, Laurentian, or a number of other credit unions. So you can choose which one you want to deal with or just choose the best rate. Boat loans are great tools, but they're not for everybody. If you're about to close on a mortgage or you're about to apply for money for something really important in your life, you may want to wait until after that happens before you get a boat loan or skip the boat loan altogether. The other reason you may not want a boat loan is if you already have a high debt to service ratio, and this may cloud your financial future. So just choose it wisely if it's right for you. There are a lot of questions when buying a boat, and certainly how you pay for it is a big one. Check out the description below. We're going to give you a couple examples on boat loans. We're going to have a blog post on the topic, a used boat buying guide, and some other videos you'll be able to check out. Don't be afraid to ask more questions, and make sure you're 100% comfortable before you buy a boat. Thanks very much for joining us today on Lens Cove Lessons in Boating. We'll see you on the water.